Good morning. I am only coming on here to say that what you're watching, and I can't believe this is true. It's literally on my timeline, so I had to check the dates and everything. By timeline, I mean my edit, what am I saying? I forgot not to vlog. I've forgotten. I'm trying to say, I'm editing this vlog that you're watching today. I'm editing this morning, this Thursday, the 24th of July. And I was like, oh, I wonder when did I film this stuff? Because it must be like, you know, a couple weeks. It was 12th June when I filmed the first video clip that you're going to watch after this, and you'll see me. I'm at Furniture Palace with Victor Peace. I won't say much. It was a fun shoot, and I'm actually really excited to watch because I remember the spirit and the space I was in, and it was just so yummy, and I want to go back and just feel all that vibe. So I was like, 12th June, what does that even mean? So when was the last video I put up? 19th June. That's what I was doing. I was going back to my YouTube page to be like, when did I last post? How has a month gone by? It's been a bit of a roller coaster. I will fill you in at the end, but I do want to say that what you're watching is clearly from the 12th of June to when was the last clip? 20th of June. Okay, anyway, please enjoy. I think I will enjoy editing because I remember how excited, there was just yumminess in the air, it felt like. So enjoy, and then I will catch you at the end of the video because the video does end abruptly, spoiler alert, but we will tie it up nicely. Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I actually haven't spoken to you in a few days. Sorry, let me just adjust myself and just make sure nothing's popping out. Maybe we can take off our glasses. So, where do we begin? Can I just say, the last vlog you watched, which is the one from London, I don't know if the universe was telling me not to vlog, but the number of things that went wrong does not make sense. It does not make sense. From my vlogging camera, which I'm using right now, not working at the airport. It was working properly. You guys saw I was talking, yapping in the office. I shouldn't say yapping, but I was talking in the office, and I was like for ages. And then the minute I switched it on at the airport on the way to London, it would just do this thing where after, was it 15 seconds or so, it just goes off. And then when I switched it on, I'd listen to it and there'd be like this like whirring noise, like mechanical noise. And by the way, I should say, while I was there, I still would try it. I tried it at least twice to see if the camera would work. Nothing. Yesterday I was like, oh, I wonder if do I have to buy a new one? Switched it on, it works. Sign number one. Okay, number two, my allergies, my cat allergies. What was that about? Like I woke up and my eyes were so swollen, and it started with one eye and then the other eye, and then it started to do this thing where the skin around it started to peel a little bit, and then the skin around it started to look black and dark, I guess because of what was happening, and I felt like a raccoon. So that was number two. I think that's really it. I don't know if there was something else, but I just remember being like, what are the chances that these things? And then of course, you know, I was vlogging, I was in someone's home, so I couldn't really just pick up the camera as I'd have wanted to because I don't have her permission, and I wouldn't even have asked anyway. I just think it's such a personal thing, and I wouldn't want anyone to do that in my home, so I couldn't vlog there. So I only had limited spaces where I could really just chat to you guys, and then if I'm in the streets, it's like loud and who knows if it's windy. It just wasn't how I thought it would be, but I tried my best. Could have been better, but I tried my best. I'm now at Furniture Palace. This is much later than I would ever start a shoot, but it's actually 6:20 p.m. We were supposed to start it at 7 p.m. Victor and I. If you follow the both of us, you've probably seen some of our shenanigans on Instagram for Furniture Palace, and this campaign is a bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm ready for the challenge. Just trying to see how to make it feel like me. I was talking to Victor about it today actually, and I was just saying how it's really important for me to create content that, whilst it might be out of my comfort zone slightly, how do I still feel like me? Otherwise I struggle feeling devoted and disciplined to this craft. And so if I'm trying to maintain a sense of discipline around this, then the best thing for me is to see how to just create environments that feel like me, or create content that feels like me, create just anything that feels like me. And so we have this shoot set for today, 6:20 p.m. It has to be an evening shoot. If you follow us, then you'll probably see, by the time this video goes up, you'll probably see the video already. I also think I might put 2 vlogs up in 1 week. I've not looked at things just yet, but I don't want to be vlogging 2 weeks in advance necessarily, and right now it feels like this isn't going up. I posted a vlog today on Thursday. It's the 12th, so it's not going up today. It's not going up next week Thursday the 19th. It's likely going up the 26th, 7th. What? Oh, this, I want to talk to you guys about this. I think the older I've gotten, the more destabilizing I find travel to be. And I used to crave it. I used to yearn for it so much. I used to pray for it, and it's just be like, oh God, if I could just travel like every 2 months, I'd be so happy. Right now, twice a year, I'm good. Maybe 3. But I found this trip really difficult because, not really difficult, but it was challenging because I had kind of gotten into a rhythm and good routine, solid routine. And so I tried while I was there to create one for myself, but things just never goes according to plan. One night you're up till 1 a.m. so you're not going to wake up, I usually wake up between like 5, 6, maybe 6:30. So then I'm obviously not waking up then, and everything just changes. My food, because I'm out here just being like, I want to try everything, but then I think I get a bit too greedy, and I panic, and instead of just trying and just being like, that was great, I'm like, I have to finish everything, I have to taste everything, I have to taste everything now, and then I have to do it before my brain tells me that I'm overdoing it. So I'm trying to like eat faster than my brain is just catching up with me. If you don't know what that feels like, I don't know how to explain that to you. So just a few things, didn't go according to plan. I haven't really moved my body, besides maybe there's probably like 3 days in total where I hit over 10,000 steps. One day I even hit 21,000 steps, which is crazy. But I wasn't really moving my body intentionally. And so I'm struggling to get back into the rhythm of things. But today we're back, and clearly, because despite, actually it's going to be over a 12-hour day for me. Well, not quite. I think I was at the office only at 7:15. So no, it's going to be over 12 hours actually. So I guess I'm kind of trying to find first of all, to catch up, and then to find my groove again. You know what else? Oh, I wish I had I did think about it. I thought about coming with my makeup because I'm so happy with some of the products I got. Maybe tomorrow morning I'm that crazy girl who literally came back with the boxes and with the Sephora bag, and I'm gonna do a little unboxing. We're gonna pretend that I didn't fly across continents with packaging that I didn't need to, but it makes me so happy because it's so new. But yes, I did use it today, and I put it back in the box, okay? Because I'm that girl. One final thing. Is that someone I know? Nick! Hello. I'm good, how are you? Yes, I am. Simran, is that you? It's just it's a figment of your imagination. What did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to say that the last vlog, I was going to put it up on Thursday. Thursday happened to be Beyonce concert. This is the only reason I didn't post, which I feel like I should be forgiven because you know what I mean. Baby, everyone, why you lying? Why you? That's Simran. Hi. And that's Victor. Look at Victor. Can you tell what we're trying to be today?
Trying to be a what I am.
Ah, Victor in his dreams.
Those are the tools.
I don't know. Can we talk about the props? Hey! Hey! Oh, dang!
Right? I was like, I better.
Need a rubber.
Check.
Yeah, a cute rubber.
A cute rubber.
I'm not going to show you the last thing that Victor took out, because YouTube will give me problems. Oh, I just tie it round.
Oh yeah.
Also, now that we've brought it up, can I tell them what bandana I've got? Can I show you as I show them? You'll know in a second. Okay, we've done 2 scenes. We have 2 more to go. It is now 7:45. I'm a bit tired, but I'm energized because Victor is on something because he's got all the he's got all the energy. Okay, my turn. Come I do for you.
Yeah.
Come I do for you. No. I promise.
Go, Sharon.
Okay, ready?
Go.
I can't. Wow, I really can't. Wait, how much do you weigh? But I feel like I can lift you a little. If I just had you on like a...
No, I don't want to feel like a sock.
No, just a little. Just a little.
Yeah. I can even lift you with.
Okay, congratulations, you're strong. Okay.
You watch yourself, Sharon.
I can't. Okay, it is... What time is it now? 8:38. We have 1 more scene. Oh, this lighting is not cute at all. It's just making me look so gray, so blue. One more to go. 1 more. It's so funny how much time goes into one reel, and my battery is flashing, but it's okay. But it's so funny how much time goes into like something that will take 30 seconds. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't. All right, I will probably see you tomorrow. And guess who we'll see again tomorrow? Victor, because he's coming for an event that we're going for. And it's now so dark, so you can't even see. And we're also gonna see my bestie of life, Mondi, tomorrow. And it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun day. I'm tired. I'm gonna go sleep. Well, I'm gonna go shoot and then I'm gonna go sleep. The besties in the building.
Hello, everybody.
As my camera fails us. Look at us.
I haven't been. Oh yeah, of course you haven't also been on YouTube for so long.
No, I haven't. Yeah, but besties in the building. Can I just say, we are at Alloy for an event for La Roche-Posay for their Mela B3, and the theme is purple. If you squint, this looks like purple. In my, couldn't you?
100%.
It's kind of giving purple.
Shades of
Mondi has a hint of purple. The theme was, if we can just get it to focus on us, the theme was hint of purple. So
Yes,
Mondi's
right.
got that right. Me on the other hand,
It's okay, I made up for you.
yeah, thank God. No, I want to tell everyone. Victor said to me yesterday, we talked, and he said, I don't have anything purple. It's okay, I'll just wear whatever I wear. Where did you get a purple shirt?
God, this is purple.
Honestly, Mr. Liti #1, but it looks, it's kind of
Actually next to him is
giving a bit of
purple.
purple.
Giving like a dark.
Hello, Victor. I'll say a purple. I will stand up, but fine, let me stand up. I was with Victor till like 9 p.m. yesterday. How did What are you doing with my phone? What are you doing with my phone?
That's another table.
And so you steal. That's what you do. He's a thief. He took my phone. He took my phone. And we busted you.
So please take your seat.
And then you're like, whose phone? Whose phone is this?
Like, I thought you were there.
Oh, hey! Wait, sorry. Victor is trying to steal my phone. Can I just put this down?
Oh, your camera is watching the video.
Can you just stop it? I want to film myself hugging Joanna. Everyone, I'm hugging Joanna. First of all, with your office, and I've just been like on your TikTok, like liking. Honestly, I don't. Mondi decided my drink didn't have enough foam, which is why she's reshaking it, because it's got to be right.
Yard.
Okay. Oh my god, that's foam. It is 10:30 p.m. We are wrapping up a great day, great evening, great afternoon. Yeah. And is this our floor?
No.
No. Okay. Oops. Focus. Come on. Okay, we have the elevator to ourselves again. We're just saying good night. Was today a good day?
It was a lovely,
right? A yummy catch up. It was so nice. Is this it?
No. Wait,
no, it's not.
This is first
floor, so one more.
Did somebody press first?
I guess.
I didn't see.
Also, I have to say, I feel like I had a proper chat with women that I really, really think are cool. Like Kanye and Joanna and Wabosha, but like different kind of conversations. It was so yum. Gosh,
women are just so yummy.
They're so yummy. How are you guys? Good morning. Is that John? No, it's not John. Well, struggles of someone who needs glasses. First, I want to tell you where I am before we kind of catch up on yesterday. But I'm at The Good Grain. It is the loveliest bakery in the city, as far as I'm concerned. Baked goods, 10 out of 10. Their breads, amazing. I think we've kind of been a little bit spoiled when it comes to bread. And by spoiled, I mean lied to. Because if you remember, 20, 30 years ago, when you bought bread, it went bad after a couple of days. These days, bread, the ones that you have packed in, you know, in the supermarkets, they can last like 2 weeks. I don't know, it stays a little too long for my liking. And so I was starting to feel a bit funny about that. And now that I'm in this journey of trying to be more considerate about what I'm eating and what I'm putting into my body, I felt really excited when I discovered this little bakery. They had to move from where they were, it's in Westlands, and they had to move from where they were on Raptor Road, and they moved to, it's maybe like 600 meters, not too far. It's like the slip road on Waiakui. It's hard to explain, but I will link them down below because I love them so much. And it feels like, even now when I came in, I was like, I feel like we're winning. I feel like we're upgrading, and I feel like it's a we thing. It's not just The Good Grain. I feel involved in this upward progress. They were just showing me around and showing me all the little nooks, and they have so much more space now, and they built it out to feel so pretty, and I love it. And I believe the fabric that they have is from Siafu Home, which is another incredible brand. I actually should try and find something to bring into my home from Siafu, and it just makes me feel really proud. Anyway, yesterday, so lovely. I had such wonderful conversations with the ladies, and especially with Kanye. I haven't really been like a keen follower of her work, but my best friend Mondi has, and she'd always just be like, oh my god, she's done this program, or she gave this really good tip for the business, I think, for businesses, so I think you should try and see if you could implement it. And she kind of just threw these gems that she got from Kanye at me. Yeah, anyway, so yesterday was incredible. I actually think it was my favorite La Roche event they've done yet. Also, on that note, just want to say I'm going to do my very best to make sure that I don't turn this into another platform where there's paid partnerships and all of that. And I know for me, content creation is it's a career. I get that for Instagram, but for YouTube, I really want to reserve it for us to just have honest chats that aren't linked to a paid partnership. So as much as I possibly can, I will make sure that I keep that separate. So whilst yes, I was there, and La Roche is I'm in, you know, I've been working with them for years, you guys. I think you know that, because I would even talk about it on here with you guys. But that was not, whatever I showed has nothing to do with paid partnership. What we're going to work on was for Instagram, and I just wanted to make that clear. So if I am talking about a brand, it's not because I've been asked to, it's not because I'm going to list it as value add for them and be like, look, I did that. If I'm talking about it, it's purely because I think it might be of interest for you. I think you might, I don't know, might want to know about the product or the service or good grain. Nothing I talk about here is because I'm being paid to, or I have a secret agenda. I just want to show you guys or highlight brands, products, people who I think are doing amazing things in this country. And if it's a female founded brand, I even feel yummier about it. But the Good Grain, for instance, is founded by a man called John. So it's Guy. I'm really invested in his success, and I can't tell you why. I don't think I've had like more than a 5-minute chat with him at a go. I don't think I've ever had a longer, more than a 5-minute chat, but for some reason it's just like good energy, and it's just someone that you can see is trying their best to do something different. And I just wanted to make that clear so that you're not like, girl, are you trying to sell us a sunscreen or a cookie or a handbag? And then of course there's my brand, which please buy. I'll try resetting. It is 9 a.m. I have a little gardening adventure I'm off to. I'm trying to learn how to take care of a garden. I won't film that though, but that's my plan for the morning. And then afternoon, I'm going to be, I have a bit, actually have a bit of work. I probably should have started my day off with that work, but what I am going to do is continue to tuck into this book. I'm on chapter, I think, 13, and T, who I'm reading this book with, is on chapter 22. So I can't be the friend who's, holding the other one back. I must catch up. So I'm going to make a big dent on that. Oh, the pump went on, which is great. Very convenient, just as I'm wrapping it up. Good morning. I have some fun updates for you. First of all, let's talk about my fun colorful sweater, because do I feel a bit like a snail today? I do. I got to the office at 7:50 today instead of the 7:15 that I like. I kind of like to be here between 7 and 7:15, but everything just seemed to be taking longer. So I feel like my outfit today is very representative. Oh, maybe not. Let me not speak that into existence. That's not my truth. We're not slow. We're moving at the right pace. It's all good. Anyway, little update on what I've got with me, because my desk is currently full, and I just want to show you a few things. Some that I'm really proud of. It's so silly. In fact, when I at the event, I was speaking to Joanna, the La Roche event. I was speaking to Joanna, and she was like, "Gosh, you get excited about like everything or little things." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know how else." You just stay calm? Like, what does that mean? How are you not giddy because you made curly kale crisps? How are you not giddy? How are you not feeling like, I'm so happy? I don't know. I'm glad that I get excited about those little things. But I also think in the same way, I can get really emotional about things, and it doesn't take much for me to feel like I want to cry, and I just let myself cry if I need to. If I'm reading my book, which by the way, The Women, ooh, Oh, okay, let me just finish it and then I'll tell you my thoughts. But I'm a bit more than halfway through and loving it, but was reading it this weekend, found myself crying, was talking about something to a friend, found myself crying. You know, it swings both ways, but I allow myself to be an emotional person. But anyway, with me, I've got my tea. This is herbal tea. It's, in case anyone's wondering, my favorite tea from Mocha Tea Company is the Menthe Du Maroc. I just like that kind of lemony element to it, or if a citrusy element to it. I really like it. And then I've got my smoothie, my protein smoothie, and for a snack I made myself some curly kale crisps because I remember, oh my gosh, even the smell, I love it. But I remember going to Caltiva and they either had it as a garnish or like a little dish with them. I can't remember, but I am so proud of myself. It's like crisps, but I know it's good for me. But also for me, it's like I'm training my taste buds. I'm trying to get myself to not reach for the sweetest or the, you know how it becomes something that you don't even know your body has acclimated to or just craves. You don't even recognize that it's happening. And I'm just trying my best to swing to the other side. Like, how do we get to have tea without sugar, without honey or lemon? Sometimes I put it, to be honest. I'm not trying to eliminate honey altogether. I actually saw a comment, someone saying, you know, honey is still sugar. I know, but I'm trying to be conscious of what kinds of sugar. The same way fruits still have sugar, but you'd rather have an apple over 3 teaspoons of sugar in your tea. You know what I mean? Like the type of sugar also matters. The same way, you know, someone could have 2,000 calories in a day and it's mostly salads and steak and meat and whatnot and protein, or you can just have a really nice slice of cake with chips and something else, and the type of the thing you're having matters. But I'm trying to retrain my taste buds. Why isn't this closing? I'm gonna have to rinse my mouth because otherwise I just feel like I'm gonna have spinach in my teeth as I'm talking to you. I should also say, a few people asked where that dispenser is from. Usually there's a water bottle on it, but there's still some water. We'll get some later. And it is from Myers. And it was about 2,600 and I love it. It just is not your typical dispenser. It's ceramic. It just feels different, like you care about your environment. But also it's, you know, I think the bigger one, we don't have a lot of space. You guys have seen, it's one room. We need to maximize some space as much as possible. The reason I'm here is because I want to show you a few things. I think I'd mentioned that I wanted to do this little unboxing. Hey, I'm so excited. First of all, the fact that I even brought the packaging so that it feels like it's legit makes me really happy. Okay, so we're gonna just roll with it and pretend that I haven't been taking them out of the packaging to use them and then putting them back in, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film today. I'll film today. So I want to show you the products that I got, and I have a package from Mizani. I'm working with them, but again, guys, I'm working with them on Instagram, not here. But I do want to say, I didn't know these were the products they were sending. I wasn't here for the session that they had. I was in London at the time, so you know, they probably talked about it and I'll get a briefing today, but I didn't know these are the products that they were sending. If you were to ask me, these are my 2 favorites. Maybe I would add one of their shampoos and treatments because they're really rich. But when it comes to styling, my 2 favorite, and this one is L'Oreal Pro. This, first of all, it smells so good. And typically, I'm the kind of person who, if I have 2 of something, I will give 1 away. This one, I will sit with all 3, all 15. They will sit there because and this one, I don't play with this. In fact, I even had to, like, I feel like I want to talk about it in my household, because I think between me, my nanny, and my daughter, we probably just use this a bit too much, and I just want us to be like, let's all calm down literally finished the bottle maybe 3 weeks ago, and I even got the big one. There's this one, and I got the larger version. I think that one I got when I was at Patrick's salon, urban hair salon. Finished it about 3 weeks ago, and I was just like, oh, I know this campaign is coming. I'm just praying that they add this. So really love those two products. And then I'm going to leave the Sephora one for last because it's the one I'm most excited about. And then I just wanted to show you guys what I got from the La Roche event. And it is the whole range from the Melabi 3 product line. So it's the cleanser, and it's got like a micro peeling. What did they say? It's the Melabi 3 gel micro peeling cleanser. Then there's the serum, which is ideal. Like this whole range is great if you suffer from hyperpigmentation. And then there's the moisturizer, which has SPF 30, because anytime you're using this range, or really anytime you're using actives, you have to have sunscreen. If you ask me, if you're not sure where to start with your skincare, start with sunscreen. You don't even have to go for La Roche-Posay. Whatever sunscreen works for you, start using that. Start using that yesterday. If you're 16, if you're 47, it doesn't matter how old you are, start with sunscreen, and start with a sunscreen that you can afford, that works for your skincare and skin type rather, that doesn't sting your eyes, that you fill in the dots. But start with sunscreen always. That's what I truly feel like that's had the biggest impact on my skincare routine, because I think, anyway, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about sunscreen. And I also think I might actually do a giveaway for this on my stories, just because I know I already have the sunscreen, I already have the serum, and I just think it could go to someone who really, really needs it. I hope the La Roche team won't have a problem with that. I don't think they would, and I hope it doesn't seem like I'm ungrateful, so please let them keep sending stuff to me. But I just think if it's, you know, like I don't have anything on my skin right now, and you can see it's not so bad. What I did get, and it's still there a little bit, but I started to have a bit of discoloration when I had the cat allergies. I'd wake up and then my skin would be really sore. It was peeling. My eyes would be swollen. It was a mess, and it was mostly on this side. But I feel like it's starting to get a bit better, but I was starting to feel self-conscious. I felt like it was like these dark shadows across my eyes. I felt like I looked a bit like a raccoon. But my point was, you can see I don't really deal with a lot of hyperpigmentation, and I think it's because I've been consistent with my skincare. I've been consistent with using actives and then spreading it out and then balancing it with like hyaluronic acid or something that's just moisturizing, or keeping it very simple. And by that I just mean actually using the simple moisturizer and then spreading out how I use my actives. And so my point is, do I use Melabi 3? I do, because sometimes I have breakouts and I'll have a little bit of a discoloration or dark spots, so I'll still use it. But I just think this could go to someone who really needs it. So I think I might do a giveaway on my stories. Now, let's talk about the makeup products. And now suddenly I'm just like, I love doing makeup now. I'm excited to do I was even thinking, should I be doing like a little bit of makeup to go to the office? Maybe some days I could just have a bit of fun if I have the time in the morning. So the first thing I want to talk about is the One Size setting spray. I have heard everything about this product. It is by Patrick Ta. Am I right about that when I say that? But the one I got, I didn't even know that there was a second version. The original one is like mattifying, lasts up to, I think it was like 24 hours or something crazy. To be honest, I kind of feel like I should have gotten that one. I do feel that because I have oily combination skin, it's easy for my makeup to start looking very glowy, dewy very quickly. And I just need to balance that out. I still want to keep the moisture in, but maybe I just need to invest in some good like powders or setting powder. Why does that sound weird when I say it like that? And then maybe a product like this would be better, because that one is, the other one, the original one was like this mattifying, and this one is powder melt, so glass setting spray. It kind of leaves a dewy look on your makeup. But really, really excited about this one, and I've loved using it. And then I also feel like my makeup actually sits and stays there longer than it typically would. I wouldn't always understand the language that would be used. Like, my makeup isn't moving, and I'd be like, where is it going? I don't get that. But I can see the difference in even how it sits on my face, and anyway, I see the difference. Then the other product I got, which thank God I had this attendant at Sephora. Actually, it was, from what I remember, she was the only black attendant, and it was like all the black girls in that store were kind of just like hovering around her, because a few people I asked who weren't black for a concealer recommendation, I was just like, well, that's not gonna work for me. I don't think you get it. So anyway, it matters to have different kinds of people with different kind of skin tones in your store, for sure. Because I was just like, what are you wearing? Her skin looked so good. I was like, what are you wearing? What's on your cheeks? What's on your under eyes? Everything. And so she recommended the Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This one. And I love, let me tell you, I'm just really happy that Sephora isn't here. Am I really? I don't know if I really mean that. But I just feel like I would be in that store spending a bit too much money every other month. Maybe not every other week, but I would be a frequent customer. And then the other thing I got, which I was excited to experiment with, was the Rare Beauty. It was a Rare Beauty blush. I didn't think that I would buy anything from, this is Selena Gomez, it's her company, Selena Gomez's company. And I don't know why, I've never been drawn to her. I didn't really think that I would go out of my way to buy anything from her brand. But again, the attendant, the Sephora lady, she had on this, her skin was just, basically I was just trying to copy what she looked like. Because I was like, you are so beautiful. What are you doing? What are you using? I'm taking everything. And so the other thing she recommended was this blush, and it's the shade Truth Matte Bouncy Blush, and that is the color. It is so beautiful, and when you've got like foundation on and done everything, this just looks so yum. It's like the perfect plum shade on the apple of your cheeks. Love that. Soft Pinch Blush Matte Effect. Oh, I guess that is what I should be reading. Come on, let's focus. There we go. There we go. Rare Beauty. Go Selena. Also, go Hailey Bieber and her $1 billion sale. Women. Women making money. Women in business. Be it in Kenya or across the world. I love to see it. And then the final thing I got was contour. Not contour. Is it contour? What do you actually call this? Bronzer. That's what it is. Bronzer. I didn't think bronzer worked on black people. This was years ago. But then I'd see other makeup artists using bronzer, and I'm like, oh, I see what that looks like. And so I actually wonder if, do bronzer, does a bronzer and a contour kind of have the same effect? I mean, I feel like essentially they would. No? Am I? Because it feels like a lot of things then you'd be putting in kind of the same places. Please, if you are into makeup and watch a lot of makeup stuff, please let me know. Or because I think if I've got a bronzer, then I don't necessarily have to contour, but this is the shade I went for, and it's really warm, it's really yummy. It's Mocha Mami by Fenty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. The two shades actually feel like they're quite complementing. Look at the warmth of those two things. It's just, to be black is so yum, and to have products that also work on our skin tones. I'm so happy. And I know we could do a lot more, but I have to say I'm so grateful that this is the age we live in, and we know that we can find things that work for our skin tones. Yeah, so that was my little haul. I just got those 4 products. It's actually the only thing I'm trying to think about it. I think it's the only thing I got for myself really on this trip, but it's everything that I'm really excited about. And it just makes doing my makeup a lot more fun. I'd kind of gotten a little bit bored with where I was and what I was using, the products I was using, and now I'm just like, oh, maybe the next product I can get is this, but in a while, because we're being careful with money and we're trying to be intentional about how we spend and not just be swept up in trends. So again, I just even want to say, I'm not sharing this so that we all buy things and we feel like we want to get this things, but get new things. I don't want to really encourage that. I'm just excited about something. Maybe if you're looking for makeup, some of these would work for you. And the next time I'm doing my makeup, maybe I could show you what it looks like, because I really love the products. All right, I'm going to dive into my day. I actually have come to love Mondays because I know I'm just sat in my office. I try not to have meetings outside the office, and it's a lot of admin, lots of meetings now. I think on Mondays I now have 3 meetings that are set, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the week. I also have to start lots of things around content creation, around YouTube and editing, and trying to figure out what I'm planning on doing for the rest of the week. But I'm feeling like I'm back in my groove. I don't know if it's in this video that I mentioned that I found myself a little bit disoriented when I got back from my trip, but I'm just happy to be back, and I feel like I'm in my zone. I'm even going back to the gym today. I haven't been in 2 weeks. I feel great in my body. I'll show you guys. Might be a bit too much, but I feel, I hope, we're mostly girls here. Sometimes I'll find like my male friends here and 1 or 2 guys, but I don't, let me just show you. But I feel like it's progress. I'm telling you, there was no that little thing that's there. This we will work on slowly. I'm not even giving myself too much pressure, and sometimes I'll even find myself giving hearting it and just being like, it's okay, we're gonna work on it. But I'm feeling like we're going there, we're getting there, we're making progress, we're going somewhere.
But tea has a lot more nuances than wine, you know, just saying. So just putting it out there. Why?
Like tea will go to Japan for a tea tasting, and you know Japan is like you can imagine. Yeah, like she's on like these boards and she's tasting,
I even asked
flying
her, they
around.
went, what?
I thought I'd give you a slightly different angle today. I'm not really going to talk much, although I have a lot to talk about, I'm not going to lie. Yesterday's meeting was so informative and eye-opening and just spirit awakening, and it's exactly what I needed after the week we've had. But it was so lovely. The reason though I'm here is for one thing and one thing only. I want to show you my sweater. I just figured, why don't we go through samples together? I wouldn't really talk about this on Instagram, but this is a different platform, place. It feels different here. Hopefully some of you are actually customers at This Is Essential, so that I'm actually getting feedback that's valuable from people who buy from the brand, understand the brand, get the brand, and want to see it going. And you may not be a customer, but you're familiar with it. If you're familiar with Thai, which is what we call This Is Essential, if you're familiar with Thai but have never purchased, that's fine too. Let me know what you'd like to see. This is it. So first I'm wearing our leggings, which I don't think will restock, but the unitards, 100%. I had to show you that it was leggings, not unitard, because I think I'm notorious for living in those things. They're just so comfortable, especially in this weather. It's a lot. Anyway, so that's what I've got at the bottom, and then I've also got boots. But this is what I want to talk to you guys about. It's a piece that we're sampling. I feel like we are there. I think we've got it. The one thing I wasn't sure about is whether I want to make the sleeve, the cuffs, or the arm slightly longer, or just leave it as, because I think there's length to it, and I'm trying to think of girls who aren't just 5'3", but 5'8", which I imagine means longer arms as well, and I want it to feel like the right fit for them. But honestly, how I would wear it is I would always scrunch it up. What are your thoughts? If you have any feedback, any colorways that you would like to see it in, please let me know. It might be useful to come in close and you kind of see the texture. So this is what, and the color a little bit better. Not me leaning so that you can see it, but this is what we're working with. I really like that color combo. They don't have the widest selection. I mean, it's wide, but there's certain tones that I'm like, oh, I wish there was this specific shade. So this is what I'll usually use to find the colors. But let me know what you'd like to see this in. Okay, so like I said, it does end abruptly. Apologies for that. A number of things happened. I think the first was it was not the right time to be posting. It didn't feel like the right time to be posting. If you're not from Kenya, you may not have heard, but we've had several protests. Several people have died because of the protests. And even outside of that, people had died, and that's why there were protests. And so the energy and the general zeitgeist or the feeling around the country was one of outrage, of disappointment, of fear, of just deep frustration. And it didn't feel like the right time to be vlogging like usual. I did wonder at some point, like, I wonder if you feel as overwhelmed as I was feeling in that season, because I didn't think it would affect me as much as obviously it did when you're scrolling. And this, by the way, the psychology of this needs to be explored, because it's not normal to just be scrolling and just, 1 minute there's this UK girl who's talking about her garden, the next it's a video of a woman being assaulted, of someone being shot. And so watching that and going from, oh, that's so cute, to such jarring images and videos, there's no way you come back from that and you're just fine and you keep scrolling like usual. So even I didn't really feel like, it affected my mood, my energy, and I wasn't sure if I should post. But there was a point where I started to feel like I want to step away from consuming so much of that and not following every second of the news. And what do I do so that I balance between living my life and kind of continuing and protecting my mental health, but also being a part of not completely removing myself from the conversation and not turning a blind eye, because at this point, I don't think you could be a Kenyan who says that this hasn't affected you. It's affected everyone, down to even right outside my street. They sent goons to try and harass one of and she's such an old lady. When I say I mean, I don't even know if YouTube will flag me for some of the things I want to share with you, and I don't know how to say it so that I don't get flagged. But they sent like 10 men with who are armed to harass this lady who was just selling fruits and veg on the side of the road. What are you talking? And then it led to like a mob, and you can only imagine how that ended for some of those boys. My point with that is, I don't know a Kenyan who's not affected, whether it's your business that's been affected, whether it's a relative that's been affected, whether it's a friend who's been abducted. It's affected everyone. And so you can't decide, it's too much for my mental health. But I was talking to someone and they were like, we've not really explored how not everyone was signed up to be an activist, and yet you find yourself in this space, so you don't have the tools. You don't know how to balance, how to come back to center, how to feel grounded. And I struggled with that myself, and I wished I had something to kind of ground me. But I was affected. I was deeply affected, as I'm sure many of you were. And I wondered at some point, I wonder if I should just keep posting. Will it bring some sense of normalcy to some of you? And is it something that you want to see? But also, what am I posting in that space? I'm not like my normal self that you were watching. And I also feel very protective about this little space that I've crafted for myself on the internet, and especially YouTube. It is so real and honest, and I want to protect that. And the other thing that I've been very conscious about is that I want it to be uplifting. I want it to be something that you watch and you're smiling, or it's light and it's not this heavy stuff. And so if I'm not in that headspace, if I don't feel that, then I kind of feel a responsibility to not be on here and to not sprinkle my energy. And truth be told, I'm not fully past it. I think I'm a lot better, and I'm, you know, kind of getting back into the rhythm of things. That is the only reason I've picked up the camera again. But I just know that I just know I want to protect this space and to make it as positive as possible. And it didn't feel positive this last month. I wasn't even sure if it's the weather as well, because it's so cold. We're in like deep winter, our version of winter. I mean, I say winter and the sun is out, so our version of winter. So the weather was miserable. The country was going through it. And then on a personal note, I had some things happen as well. And so that's why. And just to prepare you, I'm also going to do what I need to do to protect my mental health and kind of honor where I'm at. And so if I don't feel right about posting, I'll honor that. But my goal is to post. I really enjoy it. I don't have to post. I'm not being asked by a brand to post. I don't have any commitments in that regard. So this is something that I want to do. I will just also make sure I honor where I'm at. And that might mean a video or two might miss, depending on what's happening in the world or in my life. But for now, I want to get back to regular posting. I also want to be honest about the fact that I'm not we're doing it. We're killing it in every regard. I also just was like, gosh, even the weight I'd lost, pretty certain I put it back on because food, I don't even want to get into that. We're not going to get into that. But we are going to give ourselves grace. And I hope that you are too. I hope that you're doing well. Would love to know if you're Kenyan. So this is a moment for the Kenyans. How did you manage? How did you kind of deal with life for the last few weeks? The last week or so has been, or 2 weeks, have been a bit better. It's not been as heavy, but for that season, what did you do? How did you cope? Because the truth of the matter is, this is going to be a part of our lives for the next couple years, at least. And we might have waves of, moments of quiet and silence. And it seems like we're now trying to get back and recover. But we know we're going to have another. You know it. And so what are we doing? I would love to know. What really helped was that conversation with a friend who was, just saying, we are not active. We didn't sign up to be activists, and yet we've had to be. We've had to speak up for ourselves, for our brothers and sisters, for what's right. And so we don't have the tools, we don't know. And also sometimes it's okay to step back. It's okay to kind of give yourself a moment, a breather. I was actually thinking about journalists and what that is like for them as well, because you have to consume it, you have to report it. I don't know. But for me, I've kept up with therapy. What I'm also doing a lot is speaking to friends. And even though at the time I was like, no, I don't want to speak to anyone. This is just too much. It's just, I started to isolate, and it was like, it's just a lot. But would love to know, what have you done, or what did you do? Because we need to figure out how to make this work. And last question. I mean, I know if like Thursday was scheduled to be a day for protests, I won't post the video. But do you think that there's space for regular content to go up? Does it, you know? I don't know. What do you think? Maybe there could be regular content going up, and part of the content is having the discussion. This is what's happening in this country. How are we coping? How are we dealing with the overwhelm? You know, and ultimately, I think what it does, and this is something my therapist keeps saying. She talks about collective stress. Is it collective stress or collective trauma? I think it's collective stress. But as a country, as a people, there's a general like disconnect and fear and rage, and sometimes that comes out online, and you'll see it with how visceral people's insults and reactions can be. And this is protest aside. Like sometimes it feels like people are just like, try me. It's that energy for I dare you. One word, look at me the wrong way. And I think we could try and we could probably make room for spaces or platforms, YouTube channels that might still have a place even in that season of unrest. And I don't know. That's my thinking, but I'm not sure. Would love to know what your thoughts are. What are you doing to help and cope? What are you doing to cope? And do you think that a YouTube video should still go up when all of that is happening? Please be honest. We can have that conversation. But thank you so much for watching. I have talked your ear off. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm actually now going to edit. I'm going to edit now, so I guess I'll see how long this video will be. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are well. I really do. And I'm also just going to, especially speaking to Kenyans, I really hope you're well. And I hope you're kind of getting back on your feet. And I will see you next Thursday. Bye.